And this is the example of a Scrum board. Like in Scrum board, like it contains like what are the stages of like which we say like what are the stages of completion of a software, like a user story. Like we take one story, for example we take first story, and from first story as some task. So in that we make progress, like to do it, it is in to do or in progress or testing or it is done. So that type of things it is there in the Scrum board. So a Scrum board contains stories, and stories can contain task, and task, like what is the progress of the task, like to do it is in to do status or in progress or testing or done. So for example we take a shopping cart. Shopping cart is a epic, and it contains some stories. Like we need to, like we have two stories here. Like we may add a item to a cart. The second thing could be a delete. Like next, what is the subtask? Like what are the subtasks? Like the subtask, we can have like buttons for adding, or like some checkboxes for adding, that type of subtask. So what are the status of that subtask, and what are the status of like subtask, like whether it's in progress, testing, or in done. And complete stories, like what is the status, like that particular addition or deleting a item, that complete story is in which status, like to do status or in progress or testing, or it is in done status. So these things comes as a part of Scrum board, and it has many types. The Scrum board, we have in Scrum board we have stories, we have bugs, we have task, and we have subtask. So all these things we have also epic. So all these things, like it is in which status, like it is in to do status. To do status means we are starting that work, it is not yet started. And in progress means we have made some progress, and that is moved into in progress. Next is after the in progress means the development is completed, and it is moved to like testing task, like tester needs to do the testing. Next is done, completely development and testing is carried out. So this is an example of Scrum board. And this is it is followed in many ways. Like they have to do like to start, and in progress, like code in progress, like that they say, like development in progress they will say, and development complete, like code review they can say. After that code review, testing. So and then done, testing review or testing done. So this status can be based on the company's wish also, like they can have any status as per their needs. So in previous slide we saw Scrum board. It says what is the status of each story and everything. So that is one of the advantage of Scrum. We know what activity is happening, like what is the progress of each story, and it is in what stage, and whether we could complete within the particular sprint or not. So this is like we understand like how the work is progressing. And like it says many things. It says many. It has many advantages. Like we know like whether the work is complete or not, why the user is pending with the work, why the users cannot progress with the work. So all these things it will be helpful. So that is the main advantages of Agile Scrum. So the thing is like customer no need to wait till the last minute. He can feel something in the release of the software, like any in sprint, in each sprint he gets some view of the software, and based on that he can give the inputs like for the next sprint or some improvements in the next sprint. So based on that, like based on release planning, the customer will get releases frequently, and it's times like customer like they can expect the release of the software at the particular time based on the release planning, and it saves time and cost to the project. Like in a waterfall model, the people have to wait for each phase, like requirement phase, they have to till like for testing they have to wait till development complete and everything. But here it saves time, like testing and development activities are carried out parallelly, so it's saving time and cost of the project. And because of that, testing team is starting early, the quality of the product can be ensured, like every sprint will be tested, like the complete software will be tested multiple times on every sprint, so the quality of the software can be ensured. And in this agile model, like recommends can be accepted at any level of the project. Like whether in release or in coming sprint, like whether they can make changes in the product backlog anytime the requirements can be accepted. Even the change in the requirement can be accepted at any level of the project. And everybody should participate in scrum meeting, so there is transparency since everybody is participating, and with help of scrum board everything is transparent, so nothing could be done, like everything is transparent in this process of agile management. And so every sprint we are delivering to the client, so customer is satisfied. And like we avoid delivery risk of the project, like since every time when when a sprint is done, we deliver something to the client, so customer is satisfied, so there is no delivery risk. So once all the sprints are completed, we completely deliver the module, like based on release planning, like within the space within release, what are the how many sprints it will be covered and how much should be completed. We'll like based on the sprint completion, we would completely deliver the module in the sense like shopping cart or any features we deliver to the client. So this is the product backlog template. It is like containing a project, like it contains project like myshop.com. It is a e-commerce site. So like stakeholders name, it is there and created by the product owner, and it contains an epic, like it's like e-commerce site website for which a new user to buy an item, so it needs to add a new user to buy the item. So it contains many stories, like first time users can be without registration, like without registration the user can buy the product or not, so that is the thing. So it has feature without registration and user story, like with acceptance criteria. As a first time user to e-commerce sites, I should buy, add a cart so I can buy the product. Next, register new user. So it's a feature, like I need to register as a new user, so based on that I can register myself on the website, then I can buy item. The third one is, the third feature is there, based on register new user I have to buy the items. The user story is like I have to log in into the website and then I have to add items to the cart, then I have to buy. So add, like the new users can add the item to the cart, then the registering user can make the payment based on the bank, like after registration, while registration you would have given bank statement and everything, so based on that payment method you can select and make payments for the like purchase, yes, added to the cart. So this is the example of like product backlog template. Next, we are seeing the sprint backlog template. It is similar to the product backlog template, except which we have story points and sprint, like how much points we are given for the particular story points for the sprint, like the user story with story points for the sprint, and on which sprint it is carried out. It is completed in first sprint or second sprint or third sprint. It is taken till third sprint. So that much of details we have in sprint backlog template.